They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Yes, you said
Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slip. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I'm back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mass shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
us in here, but this is about an oppressive, fucked up system designed to keep niggas down and shit. Y'all wouldn't know nothing about that. What about you, little nigga? You know about that?
Yes.
Oh, you know about that? Tell me what you know about that. Tell me what you think about that.
I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you gon' find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. Belly of the beast, we been living in hell. They like, damn Kai, how could you tell? Put us in the project, set us up to fail. Round here, bullets be flying like hell. Too many of my niggas either dead or in jail. Make a nigga work when you locked in a cell. Can't find work when you out on bail, but your homie got the work, so we passed you a scale. Got them birds like the Bible got quail. Niggas selling out cause they mama got bills. Turning to coons like Oprah and Gail. How you sell your soul just to get a little kale? They put you in a dress when you get a record deal. Wanna see a nigga getting high on pills? You can dance on a pole, you can sell that tail, but they never tell a nigga that he can go to Yale. We all created equal, that's white males. All lives matter, not black males. Another mother crying, another coffin got a nail. How many brothers out here got killed? How many of our sisters out here gotta heal? How many more caps gotta get peeled? We beef with each other so quick to pull the steel. George Zimmerman still alive and well. I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you can find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. I turn up when it's real in the field. Feel. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Feel. Light-skinned nigga, you can find me in the field. Feel. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. Chill. Yo, chill!
Prison industrial complex is a system situated at the intersection of government and private interests. It uses prisons as a solution to social, political, and economic problems. It includes human rights violations, the death penalty, slave labor, policing, courts, the media, political prisoners, and the elimination of dissent.
They just want us to die in silence. They just want us to die in silence. They just want us to die in silence. I might start me a fucking riot. Slave rebellion, no compliance. They just want us to die in silence. They murder minds like they got a license. I pray for the coronavirus to kill all of these violent tyrants. They prey on us like they poaching lions. World War III's on the horizon. Black and Hispanics form alliance. From the west coast to the islands, this pressure is making diamonds. They go waking sleeping giants. I turn up when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, you can find me in the field. House niggas looking at a nigga like chill. I go hard when it's real in the field. This for my niggas that kneel on the field. Light-skinned nigga, find me in the field. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. I turn up when it's real in the field. Feel. I don't give a fuck how a house nigga feel. But feel.
Nigga, did you just say what I was trying to say, but smarter? I like this little nigga. You boy, you know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my nigga, yeah. A minute, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding general, your honor. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my I can gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talk the shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an
watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Fuck wrong with you, boy? This one West world.
I guess I should ride with Lex.
They talk about man. Oh, no. Yo, it's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to wrong, right, get another legacy.
Gotta do the shit, when I do it carefully. You can lose everything you own over jealousy. When I met her, I ain't never sweat her, I just let her breathe. See you down, keep my foot on you, that's not my pedigree. At your throat, I done took her oath, I pray I never leave. I'm a different guy, you're surprised, tucked in my sleeve. Boy, you fucking stupid, soldier seat for some bloody beef. True nation, cut the conversation, better keep it brief.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Fusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Fusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. They don't wanna know, we tell them, they just won't believe. It's about the journey, I ain't worried, moving at my speed. Saying we ain't much to be desired, gotta disagree. Scarring one of mine, then we spinning like rotisserie. Go against the odds, I'm ready, this another victory. Cut different, niggas moving foul, where the referee. Moving like the military, something they ain't never seen. It's the one West world for the people, this is what they need.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it. They want a fame, they want a clout. That's why they doubt. I got them black, I want a class. And I shut my mouth. This was way before polite, before I came to campsites. I came broken and contrite. I just wanted to live right, clean my soul and give my life. Had to give up all my vice. I got a fog out my head. I was raised from the dead. I put down that weed and I cut off my dreads. For before I could lead, I had to learn to be led. Now I'm a bad motherfucker. Walk around and I straight flex on suckers. No one specific, I'm talking to all of you busters. Straight from the gutter, me and my brother, we the long supper. Now, running it like a conductor. Hebrew Academy, I'm the instructor. 14 written all on my cover. Men of war like we hopped out of Hummer. Just like you wanted my trooper could cut you. There is one camp, there is not another. One West, UPK. One West, UPK. One West, one West, one West, UPK. One what? UPK. One what? UPK. One what? One what? One what? UPK. Me and all of my Oyes, hold it, shit down, right here, all day. Shalom, wagwan, sa, passe, is we, damn niggas, yatu, sabe, eh. We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it.
I'm more ready. I'm saying this now, making sure that the mall ready. Yeah. We got some drop-offs, battle formation, I'm waiting for you to pop off. Right after you make your first move, get your rocks off. Next thing you'll head to the dirt. We are not soft. I took a loss, but nah, I ain't panicking. I be making moves, you staying still like a mannequin. Think you got the force, but shit, I'm feeling like Anakin. Hit the chick with the lightsaber, might save her. Doing moves tight major with light paper. And H-Town on them blades like an ice skater. Yeah, at that One West Passover. Sit down, take a seat till the class over. Far from sober, but I ain't puffing on Doja. Bartender, bring me tequila. Hold the soda, shit. Hold the ice too. Flood it like a typhoon. We can get 6 shooters, 10 paces high noon. We have Player Street, all-star studded like it's all.
Because that's what it means. That's what it means to serve the Lord. That's His will. The Lord's will is about provision. The Lord's will is about separation. The Lord's will is about not gratifying yourself. The Lord's will is about not satisfying yourself. That's what the Lord's will is about.
You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when they
I know that might be a foreign concept. No thanks to Christianity. We don't want to have fathers like we're supposed to in the black home. We don't have fathers, you understand, in the black Hispanic and Native American homes like we were supposed to. No thanks to Christianity and no thanks to America.
You can't feel me. Unless you sip 100 proof. I got 100 soldiers with me, that's 200 boots. We get to stomping like a Kappa or a Q. But don't mistake me for no rapper, I'm the Jew. The streets cold, so I throw on the cover. You a bitch, don't get mad at me, get mad at your mother. Put my life on the line like I got me another. Yeah, shit, It's like I'm on another level here. You second tier, I'm pulling guns, that's on Metal Gear. It's hell out here, but shit, I die heavenly. AK equipped with the drum, it holds 70. Twin revolvers, bucket you ducks like Yosemite. Yeah, I hear a lot of rappers puffing on their enemies. I don't smoke, but I drink their tears like it's
Hallowed is a word that means holy, meaning the Lord's name is separate. The Lord's name is about division. The Lord's name is about separation. Throughout the Bible, it talks about separation and division.
Even wanna hear about rappers. Heavy gut punch, knock the air out rappers. Ain't nobody fucking around with my niggas. You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when they come around, if they wanna clown, then we gun them down for my niggas. Ain't nobody fucking around with my niggas. You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when they come around, if they wanna clown, then we gun them down for my niggas.
It's supposed to be thy will be done. The Lord's will is supposed to be done. Not your will, not grandma's will, not mommy's will, not Uncle Bobby's will, not the Democratic Party's will, not the Republican Party's will, not the Independent Party's will. It said what? Thy will be done. Thy will be done. The Lord's will is supposed to be done.
It's gonna save all them tapes right there. Yo. And then the reading right here is she asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely. 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 And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me. Best salute me. Absolutely. She asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me. Best salute me, absolutely, absolutely.
Bible in my right and a chopper in my other hand.
Everybody is trying to find and recreate their identity of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Every few years, black people get a new identity.
America wants the black man, the Latino man, the Native American man to his blood, sweat, and tears. They work us to the damn bone.
Come and pay a visit for your last year. I'm truly up. Make a move on us, we tune you up. Absolutely, man. We know you crucial. You ain't fooling us. In that cut with them things that you're trying to cool us.
This whole world was made for blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And the other nations know it. And because the other nations know it, they make sure to keep us underneath them. But for the fifth angel of the Lord, come upon you, black man, Native American Indian man, Hispanic man. You understand, man? It's about to get oppressive out here. You only have I know, man. You only have I know of all the families on the earth, man. Right? You only have I know, man. So therefore, he will punish us for all of our iniquities, which is our sins, man. Going out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of Jerry Hunt. We are not affiliated with any fake Israelite groups or anybody else. Today, we're bringing out the truth of the Bible, that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of. That's right.
He gon' spot you, then get you. You don't speak about it, it's not an issue. This one West world got a ring to it. I married the truth, put a ring to it.
Yes, if I'm a prophet, I said absolutely. 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 And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me. Best salute me. Absolutely. She asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely. 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 And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me. Best salute me. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You boy. You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth, this shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling plagued. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Fuck wrong with you, boy?
They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace, tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards, they don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs, your child fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for a killing, he was just a boy. Niggas pouring what we living for. Life a gamble, it's like 10 or 4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the vents. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated just because your skin? Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life a trip, I'm trying to catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but God check the balance. I come from where it's rough, that's why my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scary than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk your life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why I waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know.
It was all good just a week ago. Riding through the hood with my speakers low. I wish a nigga would try my peoples though. We out back staking houses when the beef would go. Oh, tiptoeing in my Jordans. White or brown, look up, pick up poison. They ain't patting down what? Okay, if God bring the fours in. Hip full of heat and it's scorching, scorching. We don't talk too much, you niggas overshare. Only time to function jumping when we over there. Yeah. It's that UPK soldier gear, REI ice with the fur like a polar bear. And my shorty, she a rider, pistol in her purse like to hide her. Monet in her power, only operate how I allow her. You just talk the game, Colin Coward. I'm fresher than the produce at Whole Foods. You ain't stepping how I'm stepping, that's my old shoes. Told you you ain't fucking with me and that's old news. We'll record you beat up on camera, not pro. Nigga, this the vibe. We the realest niggas at the tribe. Feel it, put your pistols in the sky. You know this the vibe. Playing like you got a lot of lives. Really, nigga, you don't wanna die. You know this the vibe. Nigga, we the realest at the tribe. Feel it, put your pistols in the sky. You know this the vibe. Playing like you got a lot of lives. Really, nigga, you don't wanna die. You know this the vibe. That UPK cover got some stripes on it. G-shot, not a lot of ice on it. Not a lot of niggas pay this price shit. I can bet my life on it. You'll get your shot and go light on it. I go tie game OT, last bucket of the night, and go mic on it, sights on it. I don't need a beam. Make a nigga wake up like a fucking bad dream. You sent shots, I'm sick of her fucking vaccine. Yeah, I mean, I ain't a killer, Brody, I ain't had to be one. But get it twisted, I start to popping like I'm rerun. Living like a sucker, ain't no option where we from. I was told go and get a gun and keep one. Tribe vibes got me feeling like a wise guy with some mob ties. While you wearing purses, nails painted like some mob wives. I advise you to follow rules we abide by. You ain't got the app, get the side, it's the vibe. We the realest niggas at the tribe. Feel it, put your pistols in the sky. You know this the vibe. Playing like you got a lot of lives. Really, nigga, you don't wanna die. You know this the vibe. Nigga, we the realest at the tribe. Feel it, put your pistols in the sky. You know this the vibe. Playing like you got a lot of lives. Really, nigga, you don't wanna die. You know this the vibe. Niggas, that's the tribe.
68 and 68. Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. This time it was gonna be ships. By way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondman and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you. We hit these shores who were sold for slave man and slave woman.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK, man. Started at 1 West, Harlem, New York, under the commanding General Yohana. You understand, man? We come to bring the message, man. You know what I'm saying? That the Jews are black. You understand? The chosen people of God, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Okay. I hope everybody tawab tonight. You understand? Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shabarakatah to the Akium. Yahweh Shema Alatham Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shad to the Agwathium, man. It's like it was a little delayed tonight. Few difficulties, man. You know what I'm saying?
We got Princess Tazarah checking in, man. Shalom, Yahweh Shemala Thunba Shemala Bashad. How you doing, sis? Hope you're doing too tonight. All right. Okay, we got Akwa Fraya checking in. Okay, Yahweh Shemala Thunba Shemala Yahweh Shad. Ribbon Property Officer Tazar Karat. 1,000 checking in from Chester, Virginia. Shalom, shalom. All right. We got also 500 Yagadar checking in. Yahweh Bashir, Yahweh Shabarakatah. Yeah, I hope everything's wild with you up. Out of one. We got Outwaf Tawana, Yahweh Shema Alitham by Hashem Yahweh Shad. All right, coming in from Chesapeake, Virginia. Okay, ribbon property of Trooper Sayala, man. Okay. All right, I hope the brother Sayala, you know what I'm saying, to about their sis, man. You know what I mean? To that brother I said Shalom. You understand? Can't wait to see him, you know. Oh Sayala. All right. Also 1,000 Taza Kara checking in. How about Shan Shabarakatha checking in from Chester, Virginia. Okay. All right. Everybody rolling right on in, man. Atwaf Tawa Bob. Bun God. All right. Yahweh Shema, the third Shem Yahweh Shad checking in from Williamsburg, Virginia. What's going on, Atwaf? How you? All right. So you been dropping them beats. We got a beat maker up in here, man. I hope she don't forget about us poor people, man, when she blew up. You know what I'm saying? Got Agwaf Shakal checking in from Rice, Virginia. How was Shamala Thamashim was Shad? You understand? All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yep, Khan, sir. All right, the water. You know what I mean? And shout out to the brother Ayan too, man. Shout out to Atwa for now. Yahweh Shema, the Thumba Shim Yahweh Shad, Shalom. Good to see you, sis. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got Princess Aimada checking in from Vibe Beach, Virginia. Yahweh Shema, the Thumba Shim Yahweh Shad, Ribbon Property Officer Yerashimov. All right, okay. Too wild to see you, sis. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, that was the roll call. Like I said, Salakia, you know what I'm saying, for being delayed tonight, man. This is the Monday history class. We just gonna go briefly, you know what I'm saying, with the time we have left. I'm not gonna hold you all long tonight. Just talking about, man, a little bit, man, about the history of the Adamites, and which you know, us, of course, and the fall of the Adamites, man. Just a little brief history, man, on Adam and how things got started with us, a little timeline, man, of how the Israelites came about and things of that nature, going all the way back to the book of Genesis, man. We're going to start off, man, as a matter of fact, in Genesis chapter 1. You understand, to start this brief timeline off, man, to give us a little bit more understanding of who we were, our history, a little bit about our history, and basically how we got to where we are today. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be our history class for tonight. If everybody do it to Wab tonight, put a 1 in the chat. Feeling to Wab today, man. Put a 1 in the chat. You understand? We're going to be starting off at Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, man. Okay. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Okay, all right. Well, Tower Bob feeling too wild tonight. All right, Most High in Christ, Most High in Christ. Give her a hand, you know what I mean? Get a Most High hand tonight, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? For bringing us all back here, man. You know what I mean? Everybody in one piece, you know what I mean? Everybody in one piece tonight. You know what I'm saying? Outwaf Shakal, Outwaf Tawana, you know what I mean? All right, Most High in Christ, Outwaf Raya, everybody's Tawab, you know what I'm saying? Princess Tazarai, Most High in Christ, everybody Tawab tonight, man. You know what I mean? That's what's up. Most High brought us back, no negative reports or news about everybody. Everybody all feeling good mentally. I'm also supposing that everybody feeling good mentally. We all back here together for another Monday night, another history class. Salakia, Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 is where we'll be starting off tonight. The water. Okay. Everybody at the water for tuning in tonight. You know what I'm saying? The water for tuning in tonight, man. Let's jump right in it. Let's get into this thing. All right. All right. Okay. And God said, let us make man in our image. Right? The Most High, man, you understand? And the angels, man, you know what I'm saying? Was saying that the Most High created mankind. You understand? After our likeness, so we were made in the likeness, you understand? In the image of the Most High. And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea. You understand? We were supposed to have dominion, man, and power over the earth. You understand? And over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth. You know what I mean? We, as mankind, when the Most High made mankind, we were supposed to be the most dominant authority over earth, having authority over the animals and the fish of the sea and things of that nature. You understand? We was the most dominant and the most superior, you understand, of any all right. Shalom, y'all about you know, man. I Quap stepping in, you know what I'm saying, for Rice, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the slavery, hey, no sweat. No sweat, you gotta do what you got to do, brother. You got to do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying? And that damn slavery, we're gonna be talking about that tonight too, you know what I'm saying? All right. And over all the earth, and over every creeping thing, the insects that creepeth upon the earth. You understand? Now you got to keep in mind during this time, man. You know what I'm saying? They try to make it like in the Christian church that the Most High only made one man and one woman. You know what I mean? That's not true. You understand? That's not true at all. Okay. And verse 27, we're gonna go into that. So God created man in his own image. Most High created man in his own image. And the image of God created he him. Right? Male and female. Male and female is plural. It didn't say him and her. It said male and female created he, them. You see that word, them? Male and female created he, them. So there was more than just quote unquote Adam and Eve on the earth at this time. You understand? The Most High had made mankind. The earth, you know what I'm saying, was populated with more than just one woman and one man at that time. He also made the other nations on the earth too. You understand? You know what I mean? At this point, the Most High hadn't yet chosen the people, you know what I'm saying, to be his own. But as we go along, we'll see, you understand, what the Most High did. But mankind was created upon the earth. And it wasn't just one man and one woman. You understand? The earth was populated, with men and women during this time, right? And this was about 6,000 years ago, okay? Verse 28, and God blessed them. The Most High blessed them, man. You know what I'm saying? And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply. See, if it was just one man and one woman, why does it keep saying them? And he told them to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. So we was given a command, you understand, to be fruitful and multiply, to create, other humans, you know what I mean? Other people, during that time, right? And subdue it. He told us to go and subdue the earth, to take over the earth, right? To replenish it and subdue the earth, right? And have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. We had power, man, over the whole earth. The Most High gave us power. You understand? We are the ones that named the fish of the sea, the different species, the different insects, and things of that nature, the different birds of the air, the bald eagle, the seagull, the pigeon, the dove. You understand? We had the power over these things. We named these things, man. You understand? So we understood nature of itself. The animals also, man, replenished themselves upon the earth. Okay, you know what I mean? So it was not just one man and one woman on the earth during this time of creation. Okay, there were more than just one man and one woman during this time, and you can see it with the plural verbiage that's being used, male and female, them. Words of that nature, which indicates that you know, not a singular tense, but a plural tense. You understand? Showing you what? That there was more than just one man and one woman upon the earth, okay? All right. So from there, we're going to go to Genesis 2 and verse 17. Genesis chapter 2, verse 17. Right? Okay. Genesis 2 and verse 17. Okay. Right. Now it says, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Right? This was this tree. You understand? But the tree that it's talking about, man, you know, in the Christian church, man, this particular verse, man, it describes, a lot of you may have the picture, the image in your head when the Most High, you know, how do you right now, as we speak upon this, you know what I'm saying? How do you all still picture this verse as pertaining to the Christian church as it pertains to Adam and Eve? What is it that you see as we read Genesis chapter 2, verse 17? I'm gonna go ahead and read the whole verse out. You understand? And some of you that's put in the chat, man, the image that you still have in your head, I'm gonna prove to you just how damaging the Christian church is, because I already know there's a certain image that all of you have in your head right now, what's going on as we speak upon this verse, Genesis chapter 2, verse 17. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, right? That tree of the knowledge of good and evil, right? This was knowledge. It was not some apple. You understand? It does not say anything in the scripture about them eating the apple, or it doesn't say anything in the scripture about some white man and white woman in the garden naked. You understand? You know what I mean? Of this particular tree, of this particular knowledge of good and evil, thou shalt not eat of it. You understand? They was not supposed to partake. You understand? In that tree of the knowledge of good and evil. For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Okay? Okay? At this time, man, we only knew righteousness as far as the people of God. Now, before we get to Genesis 2 and 17, right? Before this, if you was to go to Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7, okay? Now, here, the Most High is talking to us. Now, we seen in Genesis chapter 1 where he had made mankind. Now, right here, we're going to see that out of the mankind that he made, there was other nations in the earth as well, right? But out of mankind that he made is also now starting to talk about a man that the Most High formed, right? And it says, in the Most High God formed man. But I thought in chapter 1, he already had formed mankind. Now it's talking about another man, right? Let's see what this is talking about. Let's break this down. And the Most High God formed man of the dust of the ground. You understand? When it talks about a man being in the dust of the ground, you know, in a very low state, man. You know what I mean? Being in the dust, being very low. So he formed this man of the dust of the ground. You know, a lot of us, man, come out of a very low estate. You understand? Out of the ghetto. You understand? Out of the slums. You know what I mean? With no type of knowledge. You understand? With no type of direction or understanding. Living life as a brute beast, you know. Some of us getting high on drugs, you know what I mean? Some of us looking down on our own people, man, caught up, you know, in this American lifestyle, wanting to be American, wanting to live the American dream. You understand? Some of us out there, man, prepared like an animal, a dog eats dog world. You know what I mean? We could not survive. So we survived by any means necessary. If we had to sell poison to our people like an animal, we would do it. You know, that's like in the jungle, man, when an animal needs something to eat, man, it hunts its prey. You know what I mean? And it goes and it you know, it tackles, it tears apart its prey to get something to eat. You understand? It sits there and plot. You know, we was just like the animals in the jungle. You know, we out there sticking the pistol to each other, man. robbing each other, fighting each other. You understand? We was in a very low estate. All right. Why? Just like a brute beast. Why? Because we had no wisdom. So the Most High, man, he seen amongst man. You understand? He took a man from the dust of the ground. He took a man from out the ghetto. You understand? He took a man from out the barrio. He took a man from out the reservation. You understand? He took a sister from off the streets. You understand? You know what I mean? He took that brother or sister that was blinded by their degrees, their education. You understand? To think that they was a part of the boule, not knowing their identity, becoming Americanized. You understand? Racist to their own kind, to their own people. He took that man, you know, that alpha, beta, sci-fi brother or sister, you know, that sorority sister. You understand? He took her. He took him because, see, that knowledge there is just information. You understand? Officer 50, my yacht, bun God. Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shabarakatah, brother. To wild to see you. You know what I mean? The Lord, the Most High take a young man. You understand? A teenager. You know what I mean? And he would do what? What does it say that he did? Let's read the second half of this verse. And breathe into his nostrils the breath of life. Right? Well, I thought mankind was already been made and was alive. You know what I mean? So what is this? He breathed into his nostrils this breath of life. What is this breath of life that he breathed into this man that was of a lower state? What is it that was this man, you know, physically dead? Did the Most High come down and breathe, resuscitate this brother physically? What is this talking about? What did the Most High breathe into this brother? You know what I'm saying? How did this brother get life? If he was already a walking being, we was already a walking being. You understand? We was at a lower state. You understand? But how did we really come to life? Right? You don't come to life until you get the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding, the commandments. The Most High breathe wisdom into the man. And the wisdom is what made him come to life, because without the wisdom of the Most High, we are separated from the Most High, right? Okay, and it says, and man became a living soul, and it's not until we start to enlighten ourselves and get into this knowledge, you understand, and we began to learn the laws of the Most High, and we come from out of that beastly state, that lower state, you know, coming from out of the dust, that we actually become a living soul, man. That we actually become alive, because before coming into this truth, man, you know, he gave Adam the truth. The same way we came into the truth. Before coming into the truth, knowledge. That's right, Princess Ahmadai. Give her a hand, man. She's absolutely right. It was knowledge. That's what he breathed into that man and that woman. Knowledge. So now we're no longer running around. The woman is no longer running around loudmouth and defiant and stubborn. You understand? She's more civilized now. She's not that demon acting crazy. You understand? Half dressed, half nakedly. You know what I mean? Running around loud, talking about pop this, pop that. You understand? You know, twerking and all of these things, jumping up on a table and twerking on a handstand and all of this foolishness, dressed half naked like some animal, talking very loudly, very defiantly, very stubborn woman. You understand? Now she's got the breath of life, so she's become a little bit more quiet, a little bit humbler. She's putting on clothes now like a civilized person. You understand? Her countenance is changing. You understand? She no longer has that evil look about herself. You understand? You know, she's come back to her senses. The brother, he ain't no longer a brawler, toting that gun out there, high all up off of drugs, walking around in the streets with no purpose. The brother is no longer looking down on his people. He now loves his people. He now realizes who he is. He's not identifying himself with America. You understand? He's not a good American. He's not trying to live that American dream. He realizes then that the American dream is the American nightmare. He starts to have compassion on his people. You understand? the same ones that he may have looked down on, the ones that are not educated but are literate, the ones that are out there in the slums, in the ghetto, the woman that's on Section 8, you understand? He begins to have compassion. You understand? The gangster begins to have compassion for his people, for the lane, what they call a lane. You understand? He begins to have compassion and forgiveness for his brother instead of the first time that his brother crosses him. You understand? He's ready to cut him off. He's ready to unalive him. He's ready to rob him. He's ready to fight him. You know, for the first time, we begin to realize that we are a nation. We learn what the word nation means, that we are a race of people. For the first time, we're not corrupted by the Christianity. Got us thinking that we loving everybody. You know, we get the math and the knowledge to learning that the scripture that we're talking about now wasn't a naked white man and a naked white woman eating an apple. And they all of a sudden just died because they ate this apple. We began to know and learn now that the knowledge of the tree of good and evil, you understand, was information of evil that we was not supposed to partake in, right? We was not supposed to partake in this particular knowledge, okay? You understand? Because if we partake in this evil, we would spiritually die. Not physically die, but spiritually die, meaning being disconnected from the Most High. And a lot of our people, man, being disconnected from the Most High are spiritually dying. I see the sisters, man, and they have a dark countenance from the smoking of the marijuana. They have a look in their eyes. It's very cold. It's like they have no soul. You look in their eyes and they look empty. See, that's a part of that death. You know, the brother that's out there strung out, man, he used to be, you know, big brother, muscular. Now he's small, he's dark, he's frail, he's dying. The whore that's out there, she's dying of the HIV. You understand? The brother been smoking for years, he's dying of the cancer. You understand? The brother that's been eating pork, he's dying of the high blood pressure and diabetes. They're eating the shrimp, crab, and lobster and things of this nature. Because why? We're disconnected from the Most High. You understand? The gangster, man, and is following the footsteps of his father, thinking that's his identity. Because his father was some big-time gangster, he think now that he's supposed to be some big-time gangster. Or because his father was some well-to-do black man, you know what I'm saying, a good Negro. You understand? And he feel as though that his position in life, he should be a good Negro. You understand? I'm Dr. Such and such, Reverend Pastor Willie Freeman. You understand? I pastored the church of the Gethsemane. You understand? He destroying the people. The pastor man destroying the people with his nice suit on. You understand? His gold rings and things of that nature. He's the biggest hustler. That's where most of your gangsters come from. A lot of them was raised up in the church. And who was the first hustler they ever seen? The Christian pastor. You understand? Let's not get this thing mistaken, man. Our people have been destroyed, man. You understand? Our people have been bamboozled. Our people have been deceived, you understand? But we come up in here, man, and we get the breath of life. You understand? We get the knowledge of the Most High. We get our identity back, which we have no identity. You understand? Now we could do what? We could break this curse. See, before they partake of this tree, you understand? Let me not get ahead of myself. Let's go to Baruch 4:1. Let's go to Baruch 4:1. The book of Baruch in the Apocrypha, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is a timeline, man. You know what I'm saying? The Adamites. You understand? This is a timeline, right? Brief timeline, right? Baruch, chapter 4. And this is a precept, okay? This is a precept, you know what I'm saying, of that Genesis 2 and 17, right? Right? Okay. Baruch chapter 4. We're gonna wait till we get it up on the screen so everyone can see. You know what I'm saying? Everyone can see. Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God. This is the book of the commandments of God. And the law that endureth forever. This law endureth forever. You understand? It was here from the beginning. You understand? It's gonna be here in the future and it's here now. You understand? All they that keep it shall come to life. You keep this law, man. This is how you come to life. This is how you live, keeping the laws of the Most High, the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You understand? This is how you become back one with the Most High through the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai. You understand? This is how we come back to our senses. This is the life that he's talking about. You understand? Yeah, we was alive, walking around, breathing. You know what I mean? But we had no purpose, man. A lot of our brothers and sisters out there with no purpose, man. You know what I'm saying? Waking up every day. You understand? Either going to the slave all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's their whole life, trying to be successful. You know what I mean? Brother out there getting high, he's so depressed, you know what I'm saying? Because he don't got the law. A lot of people out there very anxious, man, got that anxiety and they haven't been diagnosed. So they self-medicating, things of that nature. You know what I mean? They just walking around in the streets, man. You got some brother out there trying to sell whatever he can sell, man, to get his next fix. It's his life every day. That brother ain't alive. That ain't living. You know what I mean? You understand? It says, but such as leave it shall die. You leave this truth, man, you're going to die. You start following the law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to die. Now, you understand? It does get a little rough in here at times. You know what I mean? It seems that way anyway. Satan will cause you to think that. But I'm going to tell you what, if you think it's rough now, just imagine what it would be like if you leave here, man. And them 7 demons jump back on you. You understand? You think you're going to come in here and get enlightened by the Most High, man, and go back out there in the world and everything going to be peaches and cream? You know what I mean? It's much better in here. You understand? You may have an art with some brother, some sister in the truth. You understand? But see, they unaliving each other out there when they have an art with each other. You see that? No, they're not taught to forgive their brother 70 times 70. You know what I mean? They're not taught to have compassion on their brother. They're not even taught that they look at this brother like a brother, like family. You understand? We completely destroyed outside of this truth, man. We completely destroyed. You see what I'm saying? Completely destroyed, right? Right? Let's read verse 2 of this chapter as well, man. Let's read verse 2. Okay. Verse 2, man, says, turn thee, O Jacob. You know what I mean? When they say O Jacob, man, it's talking about Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? And take heed of it. Take heed. You know what I'm saying? Take hold of it, right? Take hold of these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I mean? Turn to it. You know what I mean? Turn away from the foolishness that you was into, man, before you came in this truth. Turn away from those things, you know, whatever it may have been. You know, we done already named a few, you know, the obvious, you know what I'm saying? And drug use, you know what I'm saying? Even drug dealing, any type of criminality, you understand? Any type of you looking down on another brother or sister, you know what I mean? Feeling like you uppity, trying to be a part of America, you understand? Defining yourself, you know what I mean, by your title. You understand, whether it be director of programs, doctor, whatever the case may be. You understand, connecting yourself with with America. You know what I mean? Letting that be what your whole life about, being selfish, not being about your nation. You getting money, you doing well, but you ain't really trying to do nothing for your people. You ain't thinking about your people. You know what I'm saying? You ain't thinking that you're a race. You only concerned about yourself and your immediate family. You know, the cigarette smoking. You know what I'm saying? The overly drinking, you know, the whoredom, the fornication, adultery, the lying, you know, the stealing, You know, these things a man or woman cannot inherit, God. Being in Christianity, being in Islam, these false religions, man. You know, praying with the crystals and all of that. Walk around with that ox sign around your neck. You understand? Being in that Egyptology. You'd be like the brother walking around with a damn bald head and one braid hanging from his side. You know what I'm saying? Shaving your face. Walking around with a bald face. You looking like a damn predator. Grown man pulled to have a nice beard and you walk around with no mustache on. You know what I'm saying? Then shave your whole damn face. You know? You know, sister walking around half naked. You know, talking to your man in the kind of way. And brother, you being weak up underneath your woman. You know what I'm saying? Happy wife, happy life type of guy. You understand? Well, as long as my wife happy, man. Hey, look, I go to work, I get a check to her. You understand? Hey, look, she spends my money. You know, she takes it all, man. As long as my wife and my kids happy, man, then hey, I'm happy. Happy wife, happy life. You understand? So we was caught up in all different types of things, man. You know what I mean? You know, some sister, man, that try to be in control all the time. You know what I mean? You know, she wants to be the man of the household. You know, sister don't know how to humble herself and play her position and stay in her lane as a woman should. By, first of all, overly talking, overly speaking out of turn around men, trying to be in the same presence of men. You understand? You got to stop that, sister. You know what I mean? Brother being effeminate, you know what I mean? Letting your wife walk over, not putting your foot down, being firm with her. You know, you helping her out when you do that, man. Because you're allowing her to learn a place. We're going to see, man, what happened with Adam for being weak up underneath a woman. Allowing that woman to lead and listening to that woman. You understand? This why we in the state we in today. Because Adam was weak up underneath his woman. And see, the woman was listening to the serpent, listening to the white man as they do today, man. With this women's empowerment movement. You know, she wanted that power. And the woman Eve still seeking that power today. But see, the Most High didn't give the power to Eve. Why? He gave it to Adam. And Adam relinquished his power to the woman. And therefore, man, forfeited, man, our inheritance, man. And this is why we live up under the curses today. You understand? Because of that. Eve should have been listening to her man. She should have never went and been talking to another man, you know what I mean? And coming back, you know what I'm saying? That her man, you know, and Adam should have been able to, you know, put his foot down, man, and tell her, no, we're not going to do that. Sisters, don't let Satan get in your head. You know what I mean? And you brothers, man, when you see these women, man, trying to take control and trying to gain footage and power, you put them in a damn place. Okay? This is not a game. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If we got the woman out of control, how the hell, you know what I'm saying? We gonna they're gonna run an army of men. We got to be the first line of defense for the nation. And how the hell we gonna do that with a bunch of weak men, bunch of effeminate men? You understand? Let me get now see, Adam was brought from the dust, you know. The Lord gave him the breath of life, right? And Eden was the earth. The garden was the success, you know, the successful land everybody's been fighting over. We had it. The Lord gave us the land. See, we had everything at first as well. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? Adam and Eve left commandments, man, and died, experienced curses. We experienced death because we left the breath of life. We live this truth, man. You know what I mean? This is why we go through all the things that we going through now. That's why we got such a wicked mind and wicked heart. It, you know, the mistakes that our forefather and foremother made, man, it got us in the condition that we in now, man. That's why you see us and the condition that we in today. The roles have switched. You know what I'm saying? The women now are becoming like the man. You know what I mean? The man is becoming effeminate. You know what I'm saying? Homosexuality is running rampant, you know what I mean, amongst our people, man. Lesbianism, you know what I mean? You know, look at Puff Daddy, the trials and things going on with him. You know, this is a condition that we done came. This is how far we done failed, man. We completely destroyed, man. Completely destroyed. You understand? Let's go to Genesis, man, chapter 7, verse 1. Genesis chapter 7, verse 1. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Genesis 7 and let's go to Genesis 3, man. Let me go to Genesis chapter 3 right fast. Genesis chapter 3. Let's get this timeline going. Okay, yeah. Genesis chapter 3. Start at verse 1. Just to reiterate, you know what I'm saying, on what it is that we was just talking about. This is the next step. So we just went into how the Most High made mankind, you understand? And out of mankind, he breathed the breath of life into Adam, you know what I mean? Because why? The Most High chose us out of all the other nations of the earth, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, and the Most High had gave Adam, you know, dominion over the God. So at one time, you know, our forefather Adam ran the earth, right? He ran the earth, you know what I mean? You know, he was the leader in the Garden of Eden. The only thing the Most High told him to do, man, was not partake of the knowledge of good and evil. You understand? You know what I mean? He was not supposed to do those things, right? We're going to read kind of how that took place. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now, the serpent was more subtle, man, than any beast of the field, which the Most High God had made. See that? The serpent, the white man, man. You know what I mean? He was more subtle than any other beast of the field, right? Because you had other beasts in the field, the other nations. You know, you had the Arab man, the East Indian man, you know what I'm saying, the African. You know, you had all these other nations that was around, but out of all of the beasts of the field, this serpent was the more subtle, the most craftiest one of them all, right? The most deceptive one of them all, right? You understand? This serpent, right? He's always been like this from the beginning, okay? And he said unto the woman, he went to the woman, yea, have God said you should not eat of every tree of the garden? Now, I mean, meaning these other trees with the other nations, you know what I mean, and partaking in the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, of these nations. We was not supposed to partake of those things. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he asked her a question. Verse 2, and the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, right? So she said, oh, yeah, we can eat of the trees of the garden, right? And verse 3, but of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, right in the middle of the garden, in the midst of this garden, right? But of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the Most High, she knew the commandments. That's another thing you got to realize. We had the commandments from the beginning. The Most High gave us the commandments because she knew the law, and she knew the Most High told her what to and what not to partake of. The same thing that we're being told here today. So we had the law. Shalom. Yahweh Shalom Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? So she knew what she was supposed to partake of and not partake of. When the Most High blew the breath of life, you know what I'm saying, to Adam, we had the laws right there. And who gave Eve the law? Adam. See that? All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shalom Shabbat. Right, I think this cap. All right, Shalom. Okay. Now, yeah, now like I was saying, We had the laws. Adam gave Eve the law. The Most High gave Adam the law, right? He was in the connection with the Most High at the time. The same way that he had gave Moses the law when Moses went up to the mountain. We already had the law from the beginning. You understand? So she knew. And from the beginning, Satan has been trying to get us to break the law, to go against the Most High. You understand? The same way that he's doing now, right? And he will get in your woman near. You know what I mean? Why? Because she's the weaker vessel. You understand? And Satan to this day, man, is getting in our women ear, man, using our women, man, to help bring us down, man. You know what I mean? And when you bring the man down, you bring the head down, you bring down the whole body. But all praise to the Most High, man. Most High in Christ, that he's bringing us back up to date. You understand? And we're beginning to rise up, man, and enlighten our women, man. You know what I mean? And our women are being starting to be supportive of us now, man. But a lot of our sisters are still destroyed because of this serpent. And a lot of our sisters are still against us because of this serpent, man. You understand? And he knew exactly what he's doing. You understand? By separating the black man and the black woman, as he's been using this same trick from the beginning. Okay? Let's not keep falling for the same things, man. That's why the Most High have these things in here, man. So we'll know, right? Okay, Shalom, Yahweh Shemana, Thumba Shem Rashad, Waffles Arakai in the building. All right, Shalom, sis. Okay. Now, where we at now? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. All right. Verse 3, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God said, you should not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. Now, a lot of, telling you partake of these certain things outside of the law, man, outside of the other trees, the good things, the good knowledge, you understand? The wisdom, you understand? How about Shemashah right? Also, Yerusha man in the building. Shalom, Lord of Christ, sir. All right. These other things that you touch, man, you partake of these other things, man, we gonna die. And we was out there partaking of the other Christianity is destroying our people, especially the black women. You know what I mean? That's one of the main things the serpent then use, man, you know what I mean, to destroy our women and destroy us as a people all the way back from slavery. We worshiping that white Jesus, man. You know what I mean? We looking at the white man as God, things of that nature, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of brothers falling weak up underneath they women. A lot of our brothers being effeminate, man. They got their homosexuality in there. You know what I'm saying? We getting all type of false doctrines. The pastor, man, leading us right and down into a ditch, man, just for his own gain, man. You understand? We've been caught up in this Christianity thing for a long time now. Islam, you know what I mean? Some of us falling off into, other doctrines, Egyptology, 5% nation, Moorish science. All these different things that people falling up into, man, and it's destroying us, man, as a people, because it's not our true identity, right? And as a result, we not connected to the Most High, man, and it brings forth death. Worshiping these holidays, man. 4th of July coming up. A lot of shooting goes on during that time. A lot of people dying, man. I just heard about, somebody went to some birthday. They shut up the birthday party. Right? We dying because of these things, man, being separated from the Most High, not knowing the law, partaking of the knowledge of evil, the things that and the serpent has tricked us, man, into doing these things, man. You know what I mean? When the Most High already gave us the law, she already knew the law, but she let Satan get up in her head, man, and cause her to leave the truth. Verse 4, and the serpent said unto the woman, you should not surely die. Yeah, why do you say that? Because a lot of our people are spiritually dead, but they still walking around, physically breathing, functioning, you understand? But they separated from the Most High. And when you separated from the Most High, man, you're spiritually dead. You understand? You have no life. You have no purpose, right? You separated from the Most High. Your destiny definitely, is going to be hell, man. You understand? You can't enter into the kingdom of the Most High, man. You know? All right, let's continue to read. Verse 5, for God doth know that in that day you eat thereof, right? And that day that you partake of that evil, you eat thereof, then your eyes should be open, right? Your eyes gonna be open, right? See, a lot of us know, man, that, you know, you shouldn't do drugs and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't partake into, you know, adultery. You know what I mean? Sleeping with another man, wife, all these different type of things, man. A lot of sisters know that, right? But see, when you get unalive, right, you know what I mean, for sleeping with another man's wife, that's when your eyes is being open to that evil. Or you might know not to do drugs, but once you do drugs and you take that first hit, now your eyes is open to that evil. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of our brothers and sisters can never come back, man, because they was told not to touch that. There was a reason why the Most High say don't touch that. You understand? But they just had to touch that, man. Now their eyes is open. Now they know what that euphoric feeling is like. You understand? They roll that marijuana, smoke that marijuana, man, make them feel good. You understand? You was never supposed to partake of them things, man. Smoke that first cigarette, man. You can't never put it down. Next thing you know, you've been smoking for 20 years. You got cancer. You done smoked a blunt, man. It's a lace blunt. You crazy now for the rest of your life. You take that hit of that fentanyl, man, then you done OD. You take that cocaine, man, that junk race your heart, man, up and stop your heart. You understand? Now the demon is able to enter them. Con out of one con. Cap say now the demon is able to enter them. Right. Most High Christ, water, sir. You know, but now that demon, man, is you know what I'm saying, is on that person now. It got him. And some of our brothers and sisters never come back, man. That's what happened to DMX when he was a teenager. Right. DMX, perfect example. That brother was a teenager, man. He took that hit. That brother could never get back, man. And I seen, I'm glad he brought that up, right? Because I seen, you know, DMX had an opportunity, man, that they heard the truth before. He knew that he was a Hebrew Israelite. For those of you who don't know, he had a recent interaction, you know what I'm saying? I believe it was with the ISUPK as well. I may be wrong about that. Somebody might have to correct me on that, but he knew he was a Hebrew Israelite. DMX, man, wrestled with that drug demon, man, at the status that he was at, one of the greatest rappers at one time, man. They gave him crack to smoke. Yeah, he had that crack. You know what I mean? And he could never get back from that. He could never get back from that. His eyes was open. That's why the Lord say don't touch it. Now, somehow people can get back for some of them things. You know what I'm saying? You know, some brother or sister out there shooting dope. You know, once they take that hit, a lot of our brothers and sisters, a big percentage never get back. That's why the Lord said, don't touch it or your eyes would be open. Puff Daddy got a taste of that industry. He got a taste of getting that money. You know what I'm saying? Now look at him in the courthouse room, man. This brother been, man, look, his reputation is destroyed, man. The brother had, you know, another man semen all on his nipples and all type of foolishness, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, DMX just came out of 7 years in the youth authority. You know what I mean? He got introduced to that crack demon. And eventually that's what killed him. That's why the Lord said, don't touch it. Look at Puff Daddy now sitting in court. All that money that brother got. Salakia, it wasn't with the ISUPK, it was a false group of them. Right. Yeah, it was a false group. But I mean, he did know that the basic information, you know, they all got that we the Jews, you know, and things of that nature, man. You know what I'm saying? And X, man, you know, I believe the brother really wanted to overcome it. I mean, I know he wanted to overcome it, but the brother just didn't never had a willpower to get back all the way, man. And eventually it destroyed him. And a lot of times that's what sin is going to do, man. It's going to destroy you. You know what I mean? even when it come in to some young kid, man, step out there in that game, in that lifestyle, and they get a taste of the fame, they get a taste of that fast money. That's like taking a hit. They come from the ghetto, from being poor, eating bologna sandwiches growing up, syrup sandwiches and mayonnaise and banana sandwiches and things of that nature, man. And you know, they poor and they step out there on the block to survive, man, and get a taste of that money for the first time. And they could never not get that type of money again. You know, the fame that come with it. You understand? The women, you know, the fast pace of the lifestyle. You know, it's so intriguing to the mass. See, now their eyes is open. Right? And a lot of our brothers and sisters, it's hard for them to come back, man. You know what I mean? Either they get caught up into the prison system, they get shot and killed out there. You know what I mean? It's so many different things, man, that as a result of sin, man, and us engaging in this sin, man, you know, we partake in it and it destroys us. Right? And before they she partaked in these things, man. You know, the Most High gave us the dominion, man, of the God. We had everything. So the curses and things that we experience today, before she did this, you understand, we didn't have to experience them things. The things you go through every day, waking up 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the slave, man. You understand, it still can barely make ends meet, having no land, you know, staying on top of the next neighbor. You know, these just basic things that we dealing with in the truth. The people in the world, man, they strung out. You know, little young sisters out there, lesbians, they got demons on them. I told you, they got the cold looks in their eyes. They walking around with no purpose. You understand? They draw it up. The continents is very, very dark. You understand? It look like a lot of them are just a step away from death, man. They chasing every day. Now, us in here, we might go through, you know, dealing with certain things at the slave, right? You know what I mean? But think about it. Them brothers that's caught up in the deaths, man, some brother just, you know, on his way to catching a life sentence right now. He'll love to wake up and go to the slave. We complaining about the slave, but this brother in the penitentiary making 27 cents an hour. His check is like $50-some a month. That's his check. And if he ain't getting no money sent, then he got to spend that on hygiene, deodorant, and things of that nature, man. Toothpaste and soap. So the brother is, you know, can smell good, man. You know what I mean? You know, he ain't walking around at prison, you know, smelling a certain way. Because believe it or not, man, and I can't say in there, man, you got to be very much so on top of your hygiene. Very much so. You know what I mean? It becomes very offensive in there. Could start a fight. Brother pick your cup. Few brothers, you know, come to you, throw you in the shower, all types of things, man. You know what I mean? You will learn hygiene in there. You know what I mean? But I mean, you don't want to have to be in there going through that here, man. You think you waking up 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work out here on the street. They waking you up 3 in the morning to a whistle out of a deep sleep to stand beside your bunk to count you. You're just a number in there. The gang violence going on in there. Brothers getting stabbed. Brothers getting extorted. You understand? See, the levels of hell that you can go through right here on earth, man, is extreme. And guess what? Some of these brothers are gonna spend a whole life sentence in there. Why? Because they touched something that we was commanded not to touch. And this is why it's so important, the work that we doing to try to wake our people back up. Because we so destroyed, we don't know that these are our commandments. We don't know that we are the chosen people of God. You know what I mean? How would the people know if we don't be bold and go out there and teach them? At least try to wake them up. Now, it's their choice if they want to accept it in that. The same choice Adam and Eve had. Now they cannot accept it, but they're gonna have to deal with the curses, right? Now I'm gonna skip right fast. Now, this is one of the curses that once Adam and Eve, you know what I'm saying, made the decision that they made and partake in the knowledge of good and evil, they started to experience the curses. The same curses that we experience today. Let's go to Genesis 4 right fast. Okay. Right. Right. This is one of the curses, man. Genesis 4 and can't talk brother, it can't pass. Okay, let's start at verse 4. Verse 4. And these are the children of Adam and Eve. We got Cain and Abel. This is the first recorded unaliving in the Bible between brothers. This was well, it's definitely an example of black on black crime, but these was two blood brothers. You know what I mean? But it just displays, man, the curses that we experiencing today, man, how we unaliving each other. And this began way back, you know what I mean, in the beginning of time, right? Genesis 4:4, and Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock. You know what I mean? And how would he know to bring the firstlings of his flock, right? And of the fat thereof, and the Most High had respect unto Abel and to his offering. So he knew the law too, to be able to bring an offering to the Most High. And the Most High had respect unto Abel's offering, right? Verse 5, right? But unto Cain and to his offering, he had not respect. The Most High didn't respect Cain's offering. You understand? And Cain was very wroth and his countenance failed. Cain became very angry, man. You know what I mean? Cain became very angry because the Most High didn't accept his sacrifice. Now, they knew, you know what I mean, the law. That's why they knew to even sacrifice to the Most High. So it shows that the laws was around. And us as a people of the Most High, man, we was already chosen from the beginning. He didn't choose, you understand, these other nations from the beginning. He chose us. You understand? Adam ruled the earth at one time, man. You know what I'm saying? Before he partake in the knowledge of good and evil, man. And he lost that. He lost that. And this is when sin, you understand, entered into the world. Now we begin to experience the curses. Some of the things that we experience today. And this is an example of one of them, right? Verse 6. It says, and the Most High said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? Asked the Most High, why are you mad, right? And why is thy countenance falling? Why have your countenance fallen? He walk around with his face all long and upset, right? Verse 7. If thou doest well, right, shall thou not be accepted? You understand? See, you know, when another brother, man, is getting blessed, you know what I mean, and this truth, man, by the Most High, whatever, right? And if he get a rank raise, right, Salakius, or was Cain offerings unlawful? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he didn't offer the firstlings. He Abel offered the firstlings. You understand? He offered the good part of his it's just like we'll say, for instance, you paying tithes. They want 10%, right? They want 10% of the tithes, right? You make $1,000, the Lord want $100. Abel gave 100. Cain gave his tithes too, but he only gave 5%. Instead of giving 100, he gave 50. See what I'm saying? So the Most High didn't accept his offering, or even, you know, like I said, in this truth, we're gonna take it back to that, right? The Most High accepting this brother coming up in the truth, this brother get a rank raise in the truth, whatever the case may be, right? You know what I'm saying? And you know, ain't no need to hate on that brother. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord, you know what I'm saying, bringing that brother up. And the Lord will do the same thing for you. So you ain't got to get mad at this brother because he got a rank raise or whatever the case may be. That's why the Lord say, if you offer the right thing, I will accept you too. I raise you up too. You understand? If that's what you want. You know what I mean? And even if that ain't what you get, you still don't hate your brother. You congratulate him. You understand? Or try to do what he do to get there if that's what you want to do. You see what I'm saying? Not every brother really wants that. Some brothers is all right where they at. You know what I mean? But just don't be mad at your other brother if he coming up in the game, right? Caught the water that may right. Yeah, no sweat. Most High Christ, brother. Most High Christ. See what I'm saying? You know, we don't hate up in here, man. We congratulate. Brother get a rank raise or whatever, or you know, the Lord elevating this brother with utmost high praise. No sweat. You see what I'm saying? Khan's offering was unlawful. Right. Yeah, Cain's offering was unlawful. He had an unlawful offer. That's why the Most High didn't accept it. You can't just offer the Most High anything you want to offer and think he's supposed to take it. See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But now we the sacrifice. You know what I mean? What is saying? What's that? Romans. Let's go ahead. Let's continue to break that down right fast. I probably had to do a part 2 on this lesson here. We got a late start, but it's all good. Let's go to Romans 12. We're gonna give you a precept, brother, for that particular question that you asked. As pertaining to the sacrifice. They was, making sacrifices then in the Old Testament, but now guess what? Romans 12:1. Romans 12:1. Okay. Romans 12:1. Okay, here we go. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, right? That ye present your bodies a living sacrifice. See that? Now we the sacrifice. First, we were sacrificing animals. You know what I'm saying? Cain and Abel was see, they had the law back then. That was the law. In the Old Testament or the old law, we were sacrificing animals. You understand? Until Yahweh Shai came to be that ultimate sacrifice. So we no longer have to offer animals for our sins, right? Now we are the sacrifice. We offer our bodies, man, as a living sacrifice. And how do we do that? By what? Being available, going to camp, you understand? Teaching class, being there for another brother or sister, you know what I mean? Just staying consistent in the truth, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? It says holy, acceptable unto God. See, that's acceptable unto God. Cain's offering was not acceptable unto God. You understand? And it says what? Which is your reasonable service. This is your reasonable service. Meaning this is the least you can do. This is what you're supposed to be doing, brother. You understand? Sisters too. This go for you sisters too. Feeding the Achaim. You understand? Braiding the Achaim hair. Making fringes, you know what I'm saying? For the Achaim. Being a support system, sisters, to your husbands if you have any, whatever the case may be. Doing whatever that you can do as a sister in this truth, man. Being supportive in this truth, helping out with clothing drives and food drives, with some of those things we will be doing soon. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you know what I'm saying? We went through the Hebrew Academy, you know what I mean? Graduated from that. That was a sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? Helping out in the school, you know what I mean? This is your reasonable service. Pour yourself out, man, to the Most High, man. You understand? And he will, he'll elevate you too. Hold on, what's that? Humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God. Humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God. And he will exalt you in due time. Now, I forgot what that scripture at, which I had my other phone, I can look it up. Believe is in the book of Peter's, maybe 1 Peter or so. But let me see something here. Let me see something. Give me just a second. Let me see. Might be 2 Peter. 1 Peter 3. Okay. There we go, right there at the water. Okay, what is that? Is that 2 Peter something? But anyway, it says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. You know what I'm saying? You humble yourself, man, you understand, under the mighty hand of the Most High, man, he'll also exalt you in due time. You know what I mean? You know, the same way, you know, he was there with Abel, you know what I mean? Or like we was talking about, how the Most High may elevate or exalt a brother, you know what I mean? If you humble yourself, you know what I'm saying, under the Most High, man, you know what I mean, and offer your body up as a living sacrifice. That's First Peter's 5 and 6. Okay, come the water. First Peter's 5 and 6, man. You know, right, the water. Yeah, First Peter 5 and 6. Okay. Yeah, you humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, man. And you know, you keep doing this work, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep following orders, man. Keep kind on the one kind, you understand, and things of that nature. You know, that's being noted. Those things are being noted, those things are being seen. You know what I mean? If there is an issue, you know what I'm saying, that you have, you understand, go through the proper measures. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Go to that brother alone. You know what I mean? It's lucky, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I myself may have been guilty at times, you know what I'm saying? Trying, you know, to get emotional about this thing, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's still a profession. We are professionals in here, right? You know what I mean? So if it's a thing, hey, it's lucky, you know what I'm saying? It's lucky. If it's a man above you, it's lucky, sir. I'm not really, I don't really like that. I'm not really feeling that, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Can we all discuss this? You know what I mean? Maybe it's something I'm missing, you know what I mean? But I'm a little offended, could you not, because as a brother, you know what I'm saying? You know, we're not here to abuse anybody or offend anyone or anything of that nature, man. We're actually here trying to help, brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? Elevate, help you to get exalted. You know what I'm saying? In due time. You know what I mean? In due time, not on your time. You know what I mean? But on the Most High time. You understand? And I believe that verse before that, what that say? Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and in verse 5, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. Say, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves into the elder, right? Some of us as young officers, no matter age or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Submit yourselves, you know what I'm saying, to the elder. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if there's an issue, you know what I'm saying, that you may have, you understand, there's a proper way, you know what I'm saying, of addressing that, right? But, all you can do is your part. All I could do is my part, right? In this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all we can all do, right? And as long as you doing that, then 100% sure that you on the right track. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be like Cain, where the Lord don't accept your sacrifice. See what I'm saying? And then you got to get all mad and bent out of shape. You know what I mean? And you hating your brother. You know what I mean? Okay. Now it says, yea, all of you be subject one to another. We got to be subject one to another, right? And be clothed with humility. You got to become humble in this thing. A lot of us was prideful, you know what I'm saying, out there in the world. You know what I mean? We was very prideful out there in the world. Salakia is like our greatest crime against this country is being born black. We are born into bondage, but the Most High can't pardon us. Right. Exactly. Get a brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? But ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder, right? Yea, all of you be subject one to another. We are be subject, you know what I'm saying, one to another, man, being there for each other. You see what I'm saying? And be clothed with humility, being clothed, you know what I'm saying, clothing ourselves with that humility. And reason why I'm reading this part, because I wanted to get to this last part, because this is basically what happened with Cain, right? It says, for God resisteth the proud, right? The Most High resisted. He rejected Cain. Why? That brother was proud, man. He was proud. You understand? A lot of us got to swallow our pride, man. Work on that pride. You know what I mean? But then read the last part of this verse. And give of grace to the humble. See, he gave Abel grace. Why? Because Abel was humble. He came the correct way. You understand? And the Most High, you know what I'm saying, was with that brother. See what I'm saying? But, you know, for me to expound going back to the curses on our topic of what we was talking about, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we all know that Cain killed Abel, you know, which was Adam and Eve beginning to experience, you know what I'm saying, the curses, man. And a lot of times, you know what I mean, we see that today, man, that black on black crime. One brother kill another brother, you know what I mean? Because we all family anyway. You know what I mean? Even if we don't got the same mother and father, we all still family, you know what I mean? And that brother killed, you know what I'm saying, Abel, man, his brother, you know, and that spirit of Cain, right, which was the serpent, right, was the white man, right? And see, because of that, Cain became what? A fugitive. So a lot of times we lose two brothers in one one blow. We knock out two birds with one stone. Why? Because the brother that unalives the brother, the one brother's unalive and the other brother they catch him, he get a life sentence. Look what happened with Rotten Hinton Jr., man. You know what I'm saying? Now I heard that brother was in a car that he didn't pay the bill on it. So it came up stolen. He was with some other brothers, you know what I'm saying? The young brother might have been up to some type of no good, you understand? But once again, man, he go that spirit of Cain. You understand? Unaliving the brother, shot their brother in the back. Now, guess what? His father goes, man, and becomes a vigilante. And now he unalives, you know what I'm saying, a police officer. Now that brother is gone, man. You know what I mean? For the rest of his life. And guess what? Once this case has been settled, everybody will forget about Rodney Hinton Jr. and his son. And they could have been used, man, for so much more, man, out here, man. And this is why people need the truth, man. You see what I'm saying? You know, it's some brother that's done unalive some other brother, man. You know what I mean? Right now as we speaking. These are the curses that we experiencing. You know what I'm saying? It come from our forefathers, man. I didn't get a chance to really go through the whole lesson, you know what I'm saying? Salakia, you know, but the whole point of this, man, is how we started out, man, on top. The Most High gave us everything. I want to read as well. I want to read Second Esdras real quick, right? First, we're going to read Second Esdras 6, 54 through 59. You know what I'm saying? We had everything. The Most High gave us everything. You know, and when we break the law, man, we suffer the curses. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of us is getting locked up. That's why a lot of us is catching habits. That's why a lot of us is ODing. That's why a lot of us is getting unalive. You understand? We seen the first recording of an unalive, you know what I'm saying, between two brothers. You know what I mean? And this was a result of the curse. This didn't happen until Adam and Eve, you understand, broke the law. And it's another thing that we got to see from that example is what? Us as the parents, when we break the law, we passing the curses on to our children. You know, now Adam did, of course, give his sons the law, but once you give your children the laws, it's up for them to keep the law. Because they have a choice as well. See what I'm saying? And after these, man, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. See that Adam was made Lord of all the creatures, man. He was in charge of the earth. You understand? Of him come we all. We all come of Adam. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. See that? We seen when the Most High, I went from the beginning and showed you how the Most High made mankind. But then he took this man from out the dust of the ground and he blew breath into his nostrils. And he became a living soul, right? We was those people, man. You understand? Back then we was the Adamites. You understand? We hadn't yet became the Israelites. Now I was going to go into a whole, you know, that's why I was going to go into the timeline, but I'm not going to have that type of time. You understand? Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. The Lord made the world for us, man. He made this earth for us. We supposed to be ruling over this whole earth. But because Adam was ruling over the garden, he had the good part of the land. We fighting to get that land back now. You understand? This is what we fighting for in this truth. You understand? To get back, we still trying to get back to that estate. You understand? We falling so low from that. All because of this one mistake. This is the history of the Adamites. A lot of this has to do with our identity, knowing who we are. I might do a part 2 if I get an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't able to cover, a lot of information, right? But the Most High made this world for us, man. He made the earth for us. We supposed to be ruling this thing. We shouldn't be in the state that we in. You understand? Getting ready now, take a shower, get something to eat, get ready for work tomorrow, 4 o'clock in the morning. At the slave, 12 and 13 hours a day. You understand? Slaving ourselves to death. We don't own anything. We in constant sorrow. That's why the Lord said, now you got to work by the sweat of your brow. That's part of the curse. At first they had everything. But now we got to work by the sweat of our brow now. We got to get it from the rough. We got to go through sorrow and go through these things. The man got his foot on your neck. You understand? Making sure you get the job done. Some of you working out there in the hot sun. You understand? We are employees, man. We barely making it, even though we working all of these long hours of overtime and things of that nature. We barely have the time to give to the Most High. You understand? To do the work of the Lord. We're trying to juggle so many different things, our children, our personal lives, dealing with our personal afflictions and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? At the slave, 12 and 13 hours a day, trying to teach class, trying to go to camp, trying to do things with this, school. You ain't even getting no time for yourself. Supposed to be on Shema, you know what I'm saying? You got to be physically fit, working out, but you're running yourself into to the damn ground. You're barely getting any sleep. You understand? Trying to find time to study to take care of your mental health. You understand? A lot of us, man, is being plagued with that anxiety thing, that depression thing, right? Living in this, these are the curses. Why is it that you think another brother can unalive another brother? These brothers is angry out here. Can't get no money. Trump coming in the chair now, doing all of these different things, man. About to take the SNAP benefit. Making you pay your student loans. Deporting our Mexican brothers and sisters. Yeah, we slave from sundown to sundown. Right. When you go to work, it's dark. When you come home, it's dark. And still struggling. They giving us peanuts. You understand? We go and get education and trades and things of that nature and still can't get it. We depending on the 401k, that's going to be hanging in doubt. Paying for health benefits, trying to stay healthy. Rent is sky high. Mortgages are sky high. You understand? The brother bringing about the tariffs, trying to make a deal, hoarding itself out amongst the other nations. America looking weak. You know what I mean? We going into wars, things of that nature. We got to wake up, man. Verse 56. We got to stay in the fight, though. Verse 56. As for the other people which also come of Adam, right? There's other people that come of Adam. Thou hast said that they are nothing, right? These are the nations. They're nothing, but be like unto spittle, like unto the spit that'll come out your mouth. You taking spit on the ground. That's what these other nations are like to the Most High. Yeah, they come of Adam too, right? But they was not chosen. You understand? And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. You can take all these nations and put them together. They just like a drop from a vessel to the Most High, man. He chose us, man. You understand? And with the condition that we're in now, you wouldn't think that. Matter of fact, you would think the Lord hate us the way we walking around here. How people walking around with demons on them, man. You can see them tormenting them all over their face, all over their countenance. You understand? That's like the countenance of Cain fell. He was angry. That brother had a demon on him. That demon jumped on that brother so bad, he went and unalived this brother because of the immense hate. You understand? That was able to brew and bottle up within them. You understand? That got to be a terrible hate when you go unalive your own brother for something like that, because he coming up. And that show you how much Esau hate us, man. It says it is a perpetual hatred. You understand? For these 12 tribes. You understand? Let's go to let's close out with 2nd Ezra chapter 7. 2nd Ezra chapter 7, starting at verse 6. You know, and don't throw your heritage away. You understand? That's what Adam essentially did. He threw his heritage away. Our forefather, right? Now, because he threw his heritage away, right? And because the Most High had given us everything, gave Adam to be able to rule the whole earth, and he went against the Most High. Now sin come into the world, right? And this is what happens now as a result, in order for us to try to get back to that first estate, right? This is where we at now. Let's read verse 6. 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 6. There's also another thing. A city is builded, right? City is builded. Imagine a city being built and set upon a broad field. And this city is, set up is on a broad field. Everybody can see. And it's full of all good things. This city, man, got all the things you need in it. The food, you understand? Land, somewhere to stay, money. You understand? You brothers got wives. You sisters got a good husband. You understand? Vehicles to be able to get around. And the things that we lack now that we so much long for, the struggle. You understand? We have all of these things in this city, right? Verse 7. Think about this city now. The entrance thereof is narrow, but to get to this city, there's a very, very narrow entrance. And it's set in a dangerous place to fall. Then the entrance is very narrow. Not only is it narrow, it's in a dangerous place that wherever you try to go to it, you may fall, right? Like as if there were a fire on the right hand, right? There's a fire on the right hand, on the left, a deep water. So you got this narrow entrance to this big city full of everything that you need. Think about the things that you lack now that you would like to have. You understand? Think about the struggles and things that you go through right now. Some things that you would like to have, right? This city has it all. But in order to get to this city, you got to walk this narrow path. And on the right hand, you got fire. So if you fall to the right, you're going to burn up. On the left hand, you got water. If you fall to the left, you're going to drown. But you're trying to get to this city. Verse 8. And one only path between them both, right? There's only one path between them both, to be able to get to this city, right? Even between the fire and the water. And it's between the fire and the water. So small that there could but one man go there at once. So only one man can take this path at a time. This is not a path that a lot of brothers and sisters are going to take. Why? Because it's too hard. It's too difficult. It's too dangerous. You understand? It's just easier, man. So we want everything quick, right? We want everything quick instead of getting there. Why do you think Esau threw away his whole birthright? He didn't want the inheritance. He threw it away. Why? Because he said, I can't eat off this right now. Go ahead and give me that pottage, that stew right now. I can eat that now. Oh, I'm going to die. Same way we go out there, man, I got to get this money now, man. And I mean, so we'll throw our inheritance away. Same way Adam and Eve threw their inheritance away. All because they let the serpent get in their ear, man, and cause them to break the laws of God. And when you break the law of God, that's what you do. You throw away your inheritance. And because Adam and Eve did that, we had everything at first. Now, if we want to get those things back, we have to go through sorrow. Things are going to be difficult to get back to this state. It's going to be hard. You understand? You got to go through the fire. You understand? But that's why the reward will be so great, because you're going to remember everything that you had to go through, you know what I'm saying, in order to get it. Those of us that just went through the Hebrew Academy, we went through the fire. It was difficult. If any of you was there, you watched brothers walk up and down and get them covers, and brothers was hugging each other, you know what I'm saying? And man, you know, saluting each other. Some brothers, you might have seen them salute your brother 2-3 times, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was just a joyous event. Why was they doing that? Because every brother there knew they went through something to get that damn cover, to get that reward. You understand? And only had you went through it, you know what I mean, would you understand, you know what I'm saying, what it was like to get that cover. And then that's how it's going to be if you endure to the end to get that kingdom, right? But it's not just handed over no more. Because guess what? If you hand over a child, you give a child everything and they don't have to work for it, they ain't going to appreciate it. And that's what happened at first. We didn't have to work for it. You understand? So we just gave it up, you know, no problem. So now in order to get back to that estate, to the God, you know what I mean, to the kingdom, you know what I'm saying? We got to go through it. This is the condition of the battle. Okay? Verse 9. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, right? This city was given to a man for an inheritance, right? We just gave it to him. If he never should pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? See that? If you don't go through the danger set before it, how you going to receive it? This the only way you're going to get it, through trials. You know what I'm saying? Through being tested, through going through the fire. You understand? Or you're not going to receive it. It's not going to be just given to you. It's not going to be just handed over to you. You got to work for it now. Right? And this is all because what? Adam and our foremother Eve, you know, brought the commandments. Right? Verse 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. This is our portion, man. Just so you know, this is what we got to go through, right? Verse 11. Because for their sakes I made the world. Most High say, I made the world for y'all. Everything y'all see, man, the sun, the moon, the stars, you understand, the atmosphere, you know, ozone layer, all these different things, man, the waters and the lands and the beautiful forests and the cattle, and the Lord made all this for you. He had you in mind when he made this, and we gave it all away. Now who rule the earth? The white man, the devil. See that? You see that? And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now was done. See that? I told you. When Adam transgressed the commandments, when he sinned, now things are the way that they are. I wanted to give you this history so that you would know, right? Verse 12. We're going to speed it up for time's sake. Then were the entrances of this world, of this society, made narrow. Now it's made narrow. What? Full of sorrow and travail. See that? You're going to be going through depression, anxiety, slaving all damn day. You know what I'm saying? Can't hardly get ahead. You know what I mean? Living in the slums, the barrows, the reservations. You understand? People out there on drugs. You got to clean yourself up, go to rehab, come in here, get the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? To get back on the right track. You know, we got to come out of the Christianity. You know what I'm saying? The Islam and all of these different things, man. We got to fight, man. Every day we got to fight to stay in this truth. You got to go through being poor, you know what I mean? Sometimes, you know what I mean? Until the Most High bring you through. You got to go through the burden of that job till they get you a better job. You know what I mean? But you just know he going to get it for you. You understand? But you cannot transgress the law like Adam and Eve did and go back into the world thinking it's greener and better on the other side. You understand? Now you done brought the curses upon yourself. The grass ain't green on the other side. And Adam and Eve found that out the hard way. Right? Let's continue to go read. They are but few and evil. Man, we don't got many days on this earth, man, but it's full of evil and pain and sorrow and travail, right? Full of perils and very painful. Very painful a lot of times, man. We getting sick, ailments, things of that nature. Like I said, I mentioned what happened with Rodney Henry. The brother lost his son. A lot of our fathers losing sons, man. You know what I mean? We losing a lot of our people, man. A lot of our people strung out, you know what I'm saying? We don't know who the hell we are. You understand? A lot of our sons fall into homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? All type of perversion. You know what I mean? Our sisters walking around naked. The black woman is against the black man. We can't even trust our sister no more to help lift us up. She got us in court, man. We going through child support. You understand? We going through incarceration. We going through probation. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on. Verse 13. I'm going to stop at 14. For the interests of the elder world were wide and sure. See, the old world was wide and sure. Everything was a lock. We had it all. We didn't have to go through the things that we was going through now. And brought immortal fruit. See that? It brought immortal fruit, everlasting fruit, man. You understand? We had it all. We was balling. We was the rulers. You understand? But we gave it all up. The same things we was doing then, we doing now. You understand? That's why we got to be subject, like the verse said, one to another to help us to stay into this truth. Verse 14. If then they that live, right, labor not to enter these straight and vain things, right? If we don't labor and work to enter these straight and vain things, right, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. We will never receive the kingdom. If you cannot endure these things, right, you will not receive the kingdom. Last verse, 1 Corinthians 15 and 45. 1 Corinthians 15 and 45. Let's see what Adam did. It's going to be the last Jew. 1 Corinthians 15 and 45. This will sum it up. 1 Corinthians 15 and 45. This should be the end. I'm going to let everybody go, man. I know you got to get ready to go back to the slave. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for the mob. You understand? Got the Black Watch coming on tonight. Things of that nature, man. You know what I mean? Command General Hunter's message is a lot better than mine. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. See that? The first man. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Okay, so what is this talking about? The last Adam. I thought it was but one Adam, right? It says that he was made a quickening spirit. You see that? The second Adam is Christ, and he died for his family. You know what I mean? He died for his family, man. Adam was Christ. The same way Adam, the first Adam, made things the way it is now. The second Adam, which is Christ, came back, man. He died. It's like a father dying for his children. This is the family of the Adamites. It's like a father that's dying for his children to make things right. You understand? You know, and he was also the son of the Most High, the firstborn. So it was also a big brother. That's where the love comes from. It's like a father was dying for his children, like a brother dying for his younger siblings. You understand? He was made a quickening spirit the second time, man. The last Adam, which was Christ. He was our father and son of God, the big brother. And he made everything right. And if, you know what I'm saying, by him making everything right, man, now we have an opportunity to get back to that state that we began at. And that's what we're fighting for. And because of him doing what he did to make everything right, that's why you think he said, it is finished. When he was on the cross, bleeding out, you understand? He said, nailed, you understand? Hands and feet. He said, it is finished. And he gave up the spirit. Meaning, he had came back to make everything right that he had made wrong. Now, because of that, what? We have the opportunity now to get back to the kingdom, to get back into right standings with God. You understand? To no longer be spiritually dead, to live a righteous life, to live as Christ. He also came in with that example to show us that, hey, man, you can do it. If I done it, you can do it. He was born of a man and a woman. You understand? But came from the loins of David, from the tribe of Judah. You understand? He came back to show us how to do it, because at first he made the mistake. You understand? But he came back for us to make things right. He died for his family. You know what I mean? Now we got to die to that old man. The same way, if you was been dead with Christ, now you will also live with Christ. You understand? That old man should be dead, man. And the new man got to rise. You understand? But you ain't so much doing it for you. You're doing it for the nation. You're doing it for your children, for somebody else's children, so that we can live as a nation, so that we can get out of this hell and we can get back to rulership. You understand? And dominating and ruling this earth like we should be, and be put into our rightful state, man. You understand? And with that, man, you know what I'm saying, I conclude the class, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, man. You understand? Under the commanding General Johanna, and a new brother or sister, you know what I'm saying, coming to school, give them 6 months, man, to share themselves of the world. You understand? If you're interested in that brother or sister, man, you will go to your camp leader. You understand? And get with your camp leader. You'll be given permission, you know what I mean, to court that brother or sister. You know, after a 6-month period, you'll also be given permission after that to marry. You know, if any brother, man, want to come and get into this army of the Most High, you understand? Get in all black, brother. You know what I mean? Humble yourself, man. The Lord will raise you up. You know what I'm saying? Humble yourself under the mighty hand of the Most High. You understand? You know what I mean? Put that all black on, man. That black war scarf, that black shirt, that black army pants and boots. You understand? And come on in here, man, and tap into this war, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Gain your spirit back. Gain your identity back. You know what I mean? Get strong in this thing. Don't come in here playing, man. You know what I mean? Shed yourself for that, man. You know, don't let that old man stop you, man, from the greatness. You know what I mean? The things that you can accomplish. Get back to your greatest state. And that go for you sisters as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Put off that old man and old woman and become that new man and new woman, man. In the name of the Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, man. You know what I mean? To water everybody, man, for listening tonight, man. It's the Israelite School Universe Practical Knowledge once again. Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shabbarakatah to the Akim, man. Yahweh Shema Lathan, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai to the Akwakim, man. Hope everybody enjoy the rest of your evening, man. You know what I mean? Wake up tomorrow ready to fight one more time, man. One day at a time. You understand? See you on them chariots. Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
Whoop! We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it. They want a fame, they want a clout. That's why they doubt. I got them black, I want a class. And I shut my mouth. This was way before polite. Before I came to campsites, I came broken and contrite. I just wanted to live right, clean my soul and give my life. Had to give up all my vice. I got a fog out my head. I was raised from the dead. I put down that weed and I cut off my dreads. For before I could lead, I had to learn to be led. Now I'm a bad motherfucker. Walk around and I straight flex on suckers. No one specific, I'm talking to all of you busters. Straight from the gutter, me and my brother, we the long supper. Now, running it like a conductor. Hebrew Academy, I'm the instructor. 14 written all on my cover. Men of war like we hopped out of Hummer. Look like you wanted my trooper could cut you. There is one camp, there is not another. One West, UPK. One West, UPK. One West, one West, one West, UPK. One what? UPK. One what? UPK. One what? One what? One what? UPK. Me and all of my Oyes, hold it, shit down, right here, all day. Shalom, wagwan, sa, passe, is we, damn niggas, yatu, sabe, hey. We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it.